All right, everybody, channel message. Sometimes things don't work out, and it's not because you're a failure. It's because it was never your idea to begin with. Somebody else has handed you their dream, their plan, their way of being, and you've picked up thinking that it was yours. But Spirit is saying if it's not born in you, it won't flow through you. A vision that God gives you doesn't require you to copy someone else's footsteps. You don't have to do it the same way that they did it because yours is yours. Your blessing, your breakthrough, your abundance is tied to your unique way of being. And you may be feeling exhausted, frustrated, wondering why you keep hitting walls. The truth is, you're trying to run someone else's race. You're carrying an assignment that wasn't written for in your name. So today's reading is about releasing what's not yours, rather. So you can realign with the vision that actually belongs to you, your spirit, because when it's yours, the doors will open, the path will be clear, and the weight will not feel heavy. It'll feel lighter. When it's yours, you won't have to force it. You'll simply flow with it. So we're gonna pull some cards. The first cards that I'm gonna pull is going to be reflection of the vision, the idea, the plan. Okay? That's too many. That's too many. Let's keep it plain. Let's keep it plain, universe. All right. All right. So the idea, the dream, the plan is success. All right. So success. When you hold true to your own identity, your own desires, your own dreams, this is when success follows. This is when you'll be successful. When you truly are in alignment with who you really are, not trying to be like somebody else, not trying to do it the way that they doing it. You're just truly authentic to yourself and your unique individual path. And also, on a side note, I feel like I gotta say that multiple people are going to have the same purpose and the same calling. So just because you're on the same path as somebody else does not mean that that's not for you. Don't let you being on the same journey or on the same path as somebody else and y'all may be doing the same thing, don't let that distract you because that feeling wants you to give up on and give up your power. It wants you to make you doubt yourself, you know. So I'm also going to be pulling from my new tarot deck that I just got. And it is the Urban Suburban Tarot deck. And it will be linked down below. Alright. So the second card that I'm going to pull is the source. And where did this idea come from? Was it your soul or someone else's influence or expectations? Alright. So that is the Knight of Wands. Adventurous, brave, daring. So I'm thinking that this Knight of Wands may be, again, is it yours or somebody else's? I'm thinking that this energy is passed on to you. You may have been influenced and You wanted to go on an adventure. Somebody dared you to do it. Somebody dared you to be that person. Or, or if we did it like this, because I'm starting to feel a little different about it. This was about your success. What's going to be your path to success? And that's what the reading is about. How to achieve your success. What is your success to you? So we're going to take a step back, and we're going to put this card as what the overall reading is about. It goes with how I opened this up. And this is going to be the idea, the dream, the plan, the vision. The dream, the idea, the plan, the vision is telling you to be adventurous, to be brave, to be daring. This is how you're showing up. You've chosen to step into your purpose by being brave. Even if multiple people are doing the same thing that you're doing. Because, again, like I said, multiple people are going to have the same purpose and the same calling. And in that, with that awareness, some people feel that they need to compete with you just because you showed up on the scene, because you the new kid on the block. And some people might be looking at you and they might fear that you're ahead of them. You might be doing something that they doing, and they be like, oh, they got something that I don't got. You're supposed to. They doing something that I ain't doing. You supposed to be doing something that they ain't doing. Y'all ain't supposed to be doing it the same way. Don't let that make you feel small, like you ain't good enough. Because that's what's going to prevent you from being successful. Don't listen to that illusion. That's an illusion. Don't be distracted by that. Because it wants you to give up your power. It wants you to not be brave. It wants you to not take the adventure. It wants you to not be daring. It wants you to not dare to do it. To dare to show up. So don't listen to that. Let's get the second one. The second one is the source. Where did you get this idea from? Was it from your soul, or was it from somebody else's? Were you influenced, or was it you're under the expectations of somebody else? All right. So, fresh start, risk, faith. So this lets me know that you are being the fool. It's the fool card. So you're in alignment with yourself because you chose to jump out and on faith. Confirmation. You're on your faith walk. You're not following somebody else's plans. You're not following what somebody else do. Like I said, y'all might be doing the same thing, but y'all are not the same. You are not the same. And you doing something different may be what's going to put you ahead of them. Because you choose to jump out on faith. You see this? Ain't nobody like... Zero. Nobody ain't gonna be like you. You under your own advisory. You're under your own counsel is what I'm hearing. So keep that. Remember that. The fact that you chose to take the risk is what is going to make you successful. Because guess what? They had to take the risk for them to be where they at too. They had to be brave. They had to be daring. They had to be adventurous for them to become as successful as they are. And by you choosing to do that too, you're just reflecting you're reflecting them back to them. This is why I be saying this is the mirror. All right. So the third card is going to be the resistance. Why is it not working? All right. So Three of Coins, contracts, teamwork, build. Why it's not working could be the fact that you don't have a team. Or why it may not be working is because people don't want to work with you. They don't want to give you the contract. They don't want to build with you. And to be honest, some people be they feel like, oh, if I partner up with you, you might outshine me. If I partner up with you, I might lose my individuality. But that's not true. Two heads are better than one. You see, this is also Three of Coins. It says contract, teamwork, build. If you decided to partner up with somebody, you won't have to do it on your own. But I'm also sensing that sometimes you humbling yourself and playing small prevents you from being able to partner up with people that could help you build and become successful. So what I'm also getting is you need to take the risk and have faith that it will work out if you go and partner up with somebody to take that contract, to take that deal. Be brave. Dare yourself to step out. Card number 4 is going to be the lesson. What's true? Is Spirit trying to what is it that Spirit is trying to teach us at this time? That's going to be the fourth card that we're going to pull out. All right. So the truth that Spirit wants us to learn is Page of Swords, curious, alert, vigilant. Be curious. That's the truth that Spirit wants us to know. Your curiosity is what leads you to being successful. You being vigilant is what's going to lead you to success. Your awareness. Your mind. That's what I'm hearing. Your mind is what leads you to success too. The way you think. Nobody else think the way you think. Nobody is supposed to think the way that you think. That's what this reading is about. Your thoughts, your ideas. Yes, we are collective, but there are going to be individual. Like when you're watching this video, you are an individual watching this, and you, aside from everybody else that you're a part, every group that you're a part of, everybody brings something different to the table. Is what I'm hearing. That's why it's called a team. Sometimes you do need, like I said, multiple people are going to have the same purpose and the same calling, but not everybody can play the part of one person. You need everybody to play their part, to do their role collectively. But only you can be you. Your curiosity. You may be curious about one thing and another person could be curious about another one. That don't mean that it can't work. They might be alert and aware of something that you might not be alert and aware of. But that don't mean that it don't go hand in hand. You understand what I'm saying? So, card 5 is the real path. Where is spirit directing us towards? What are we being directed towards at this time? All right. 5 of coins, broke, struggling, outcast. What we're being directed towards at this time is not brokenness, but you may feel outcast at first, is what I'm saying. You might feel like an outcast at first. You might experience struggle at first. But Spirit wants me to tell you, hold on. Hold on. Just because it look like this now, don't mean that it's gonna stay like that forever. That don't mean that it has to be like that forever. Cause when you this is what I'm picking up on. Go back to your first job. Before you got that first job, you was broke, right? You didn't have no money. But the fact that you was brave enough and you dared to go and fill out the application, you took that fresh start, you took the risk, you had faith that there was a job out there for you. And you trusted that God was going to give you exactly what he promised you. And so when you got on that job, you wasn't going to be doing the job by yourself. There was a team there. The business was already built. All you had to do was show up. You stayed vigilant and curious. Curious to the fact that this can't be just it. This can't be the only way. I ain't going to stay like this forever. You was alert. You knew that in your mind. You was aware that all you had to do was tap in. You see that? Tap in. And that this was going to change. That you wasn't going to be broke forever. You may have been the outcast. Because when you first start that job, you are the outcast. You are broke. But that manager said, come on in. Come on in, let's get to work. Come on in, let me show you how this has been operating, how we have been operating. This person do this, they doing that job, and they doing that job. This is what you can do. Show me what you can do. Show me what you can add to the team. You're an outcast right now. But come on over here. Let me show you what I got. Let me show you what I need. Let me give you these tools. And there you go. Get to work. So, bottom of the deck is the alignment. What can you do to make sure that you're following your vision? And that is karma, balance, truth. The Justice card. To be in alignment, you have to be true to you. You have to live in your truth. You can't show up on the scene trying to be everybody else. You got to show up on the scene and be you. They don't need you to be John. John, the only person that can be John is John, baby. They don't need you to be Danielle. The only person that can do Danielle is Danielle, baby. Stay. We might be in the same lane. We might be having the same call. We might be serving the same purpose. But there is no need for us to compete with each other. All God telling you to do is just show up. And also, what I'm hearing, sometimes you might be looking at a person, you might say, they're ahead of me. They're ahead of me. They doing more than me. They got more than me. They got more views. They got more followers. They got more money. They got this. They got that. Don't worry about what they got. Do not despise small beginnings, because everything that was big once was small. Don't listen to that illusion that you can't do it. They are only showing you that because anything that they can do, you can do too. If they can do it, you can do it too. All you have to do is be brave and daring and take that adventure. Go on the journey like the fool. Take the risk and start. Have faith that everything is going to work out. And the contract, the team, that vision will be built. Stay alert and vigilant. Keep going. And just because you look like this today, don't mean you won't look like this later. Just stay in your truth. Stand in your power. Now I'm gonna pull me some Abraham Hicks. That's what we gonna close with. Cause I normally open it with this, but I had the feeling to like redirect, because I got a new deck and I'm gonna be adding like a new little vibe to this. But again, I also was just feeling like I just needed to zhuzh it up. Like I'm in my office now. Like, because at first I was just like sitting, like set my little table uh in my living room off in a little corner where I would normally sit and do my readings or whatever. But I was like, you know what? I got a whole freaking office that I can do something with. Like, let me set that room up and put my stuff in there and really get serious about it. And not serious. Let me change those words. Let me be sincere about the work. So the card that we have right now is I can create both money and time to enjoy it. Many of you tell us that you are so busy making your money that you do not have time to enjoy it. For when you rely on your action to create, often you are too tired to enjoy your creation. Once you not only understand the power of your thought, but deliberately direct this powerful tool in the direction of things that you desire, then you will discover that the action part of your life is the way you enjoy what you have created through your thought. So, what I'm also picking up is you have been conditioned to only be in this mode of going to work, make the money, but you never really have time to fully enjoy the fruits of your labor. So I'm also sensing that it's time for you to enjoy the fruits of your labor and think about how you have been showing up differently. Start to rely on your action differently. Don't just be in the mode of work. Start to enjoy the work. Start to think about work differently in a creative way. Deliberately, though. Do it intentionally. Have intentionality behind the things that you do and enjoy the work. That is also what's going to create um, success for you, too. Because, like I said, many of you tell us that you are so busy making your money that you do not have time to enjoy it. For when you rely on your action to create, often you are too tired to enjoy your creation. Once you not only understand the power of your thoughts, you deliberately direct this powerful tool in the direction of things that you desire. Then you will discover that the action part of your life is the way you enjoy what you have created through your thoughts. So I feel like we all need to sit with that one because to be honest, I feel like I need to sit with that too. And that's the truth. But once we learn this, we're going to balance ourselves out. Once we learn that, the tipping of the scales will begin. That feeling of being broke and struggling and being an outcast. Because like shamelessly, a lot of us feel like that sometimes too. A lot of us be feeling like, dang, I'm trying, I'm doing this, I'm putting in the effort. I showed up, but it ain't nothing happening. Well, it ain't happening because that ain't where you supposed to be. It ain't happening because those ain't the people. It ain't happening because you're trying too hard. You're not deliberately being intentional. You're not doing it with intentionality. You're not actually being true to yourself. You're not doing it because you actually really want to have fun. And you're not doing it and having faith in what you're doing either. That's also what I'm hearing. You're so used to doing it on your own. You don't know how to let people help you. That's what I'm picking up on. But once you let that go, that's when the blessings gonna rain in. That's when the success gonna come. That's when you gonna live a life where you can have the money and the time freedom. So that's the message. And if this message resonated with you, hit that thumbs up button.